Hi, friends. This is my sixth episode of Heart to Heart discussion from the desk of Winning Ways Training Consultancy. And today I'm going to discuss about why persuasive skills they are extremely important nowadays to get the job done. Friends, you will appreciate that some 20 years back, command and control was the order of the day. People were giving command and people were complying with those commands, and that's how the work was done. Over the years, what has happened, situations have changed. We have started dealing with Generation Y people, and it requires altogether different approach when you are dealing with the Generation Y people. So instead of command and control, your ability to integrate and energize these people, that is what holds the key in order to get the job done. So how can you do that? You can only do that by having good influencing skills and good persuasive skills, right? And in simple words, if you ask me, persuasion is nothing. It's your ability to change the behavior of the persons in such a manner that whatever you are telling, people should be able to do that. So that is what it is. But if you have to do that, it requires both art and science. Art, because you need to have good trusting relations with these people, because trust is the foundation on the basis of which the persuasive skills they are going to work. Second is, of course, you have to establish your expertise also. Very important, because once the person sees that the person who is requesting or who is trying to tell me something is the right worthy person who knows his job very well, the chances are that people will comply with that. And third thing is, whatever you are telling, you must tell in a compelling manner. Your communication should be such that which motivates the person to do things whatever you are telling. And why do I say science? Because all these things are based on human behaviors, and human behaviors have been researched thoroughly. Now you may ask me one question as to what are the circumstances which have changed what I'm talking about, which compels nowadays to have the persuasive skills. Now, friends, you will appreciate that overall, nowadays, the organizational structure has undergone sea change. You don't have too many layers nowadays. It's a much more flatter organizations. Secondly, there's a globalization. So, one work which you were earlier getting it done, say in India, nowadays you are getting it done from some outside country, and vice versa also. Another problem is that because of this flatter organizations, the dependence on the external vendors that has gone up. Now, when you are dealing with external vendors, you don't have any powers. You have to have only influence. You can only influence them to comply with your instructions. So that's another problem because of which you need to have this persuasive skills. And lastly, there is a lot of cultural differences when you're dealing with the external vendors. Some vendors, maybe you might be operating in south and these vendors are located somewhere in north. So you need to understand all these differences in culture when you are dealing with this. So these are some of the things by way of which if you incorporate, you will be in a position to have good persuasive skills. Lastly, some of the other things which are very important is like you need to build your credibility, right? People are going to comply once they see that this person with whom they are dealing, he is a very credible person. You have to also find out some common grounds, because you will appreciate whenever you are telling anything to anyone to comply, he is going to ask what is in it for me. So you have to have some common ground that, look, if we both do together this thing, then the chances are that we are going to get benefited. So that's another thing which we have to do. We have to also provide supporting information whenever we are trying to get the buying in. And lastly, it's very important, you have to understand the human emotions, right? Everybody has got emotions, and you need to understand these human emotions. You have to tick the right boxes when you are dealing with these people. So these are some of the points which I felt I will just share with you, which will be extremely important if you want to get the buying in from your people without having any command and control, and simply by relying on your persuasive skills which eventually will lead to integration and energizing these people. With this, I sign off, and next week again I will come out with some interesting topic. Till then, bye bye. Take good care of yourself.